Light rail really transformed, I think, the way that businesses and we think about how we create community.
The light rail it's starting that right now of getting everyone together and as one.
I think for the greater city, actually, there's been a real sense that there is some richness in diversity. I think the success is connecting dots, of knowing that everything is connected.
There was just a long period where there were just no people on the street here. And ever since the rail has come in, I literally just cheer every time I see groups of people on the street. We know that it's increasing the street traffic for all kinds of retail and for businesses here.
I know that when we were applying for our business loan, it was something that the bankers noticed, like, oh, you're just blocks from the proposed green line. And that was important to bankers, and it makes sense. And if people can get to you all different ways, bike, walk, train, bus, they will come.
Since we've opened September of last year, I've had a showing every month. And each month we've gained more and more people, more following.
It's about connecting people who live here, connecting visitors to the people who live here, connecting businesses to residents, and creating spaces where we all can gather and have a better idea about how we can envision our community.
First experiment in a club space was in Cedar Riverside from 2007 to 2010. And when we were moving on from that location and talking about what our criteria was for where we wanted to go next, going somewhere along the developing transit network in the Twin Cities was among our top 3 priorities.
Our customers that came to us and said, we'd like to get on your waiting list, almost all of them said one of the key reasons is because light rail is stopping right in front of your front door. We like the immediate access to transportation to downtown St. Paul, downtown Minneapolis, switch to the blue line, head to the airport, have access to the world.
There are so many things on the green line that are part of my life. My primary care physician is at the primary care center at the University of Minnesota, which is just a couple stops from here. I still go to the barber down on the Nicollet Mall, but it's very easy to do that.
I painted a mural on the column of keys, and I just took my paints on the light rail and went down and walked in and rolled in, painted. When I finished, I rolled it back to the light rail, came back. I'm a block away or half a block away from that stop.
Just having places that people want to pop into and can stop in, and it creates some stimulating energy that I can then bring back into my creative work. I need to take breaks. I need to get out and walk. I can't just create all the time. And so having that opportunity to get out the door and encounter people and not have it just be desolate, which it was before. There really weren't any people on the street, and now there's a lot of activity.
10% of my customers use a green line to scope out the neighborhood, and they saw my gallery and they jumped off just to see my gallery. This spring, I went ahead and promoted free green line passes for their art crawl participants, and believe it or not, 1,500 people participated in that. So it jumped from 150 to 1,500 people.
One of our long-standing businesses in the neighborhood, Hot 10. Prior to construction of the Green Line, they were worried, like a lot of businesses, about how they could survive construction. But in the end, they thought that, hey, instead of worrying, why don't we figure out how we can take advantage of the fact that the Green Line is coming. So they invested over $800,000 in renovating their building. And once the library was running, all of that improvement has attracted 40% more customers to the business. So today they're doing way better than they did prior to light rail.
the homes in the neighborhood have done a better job of investing in kind of the upkeep in the way the outsides look, at least. And so some yard improvements, some new roofs and that kind of thing to just make the neighborhood look a little better and, invest in the properties nearby.
My experience riding the Green Line, every time I do, I see random people who don't know each other talking to each other. Like, of course, there's a great diversity of people that take the buses, and sometimes conversations they break out and sometimes they don't, but it's happened every time on the train. I see people that have taken the train the whole way over from Minneapolis to St. Paul, and by the end they're like, okay, good luck with the kids getting to college. It's like they've become friends by the end of that train ride.
Our location really helps to prevent the sense of isolation that seniors can experience when their mobility becomes rather limited. And light rail is certainly an important part of that. University Avenue is an important part of that. There's such easy access to the amenities around us.
I have a girlfriend in Minneapolis, and we meet and then we have coffee somewhere. It's just really very nice.
People, places, and connections is all that it's about. And anything else, there isn't anything else. That's it right there.